Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I am on a walk, getting the steps in. I'm trying to get lean right now. I'm trying to lose some body fat, which is key to feeling good. I've been a kind of a chubby kid my whole life. Not a kid anymore, but I've always wanted to break through that plateau and get those abs. So anyways, that's why I'm walking, but I want to do this video while I'm walking because I want to make sure I get this up and I get this message to you. So if you're watching this video and you're trying to make it with your business, your online business, you're trying to level up, trying to get your mindset right, trying to get your life dialed in, then I want to share this information with you because this is stuff that I'm still going through, but in recent years have gone from absolute zero to now running a brand that does multiple six figures per month in revenue. I've gotten pretty decent at copywriting, and I'm just still at the start of my journey, honestly, but I went from that zero belief, zero results, feeling like it was all me, like everything was broken for me, and then it couldn't work for me, seeing these guys online and wanting it to become true for me. And now that it's starting to happen, I just want to share it. I want to share it. I want to help you get where you want to go, because it does make a difference in your life. And the more success you have, the more you're going to want to get. It never ends. I'm starting to definitely realize that. But with that said, here's what I want to talk about in this video. It's how to get your initial win so that you don't give up, because I've seen it, guys. I've seen people who started out at the same time as me on Twitter and meeting up, and they're going to start a business and they're all jazzed, and they go for 6 months or they go for 2 months and then they're done. They're down and out. It didn't really work. Like, the motivation fades away and they quit. And that's like 90% of people. You know it. You've probably seen it in your own life. You've probably felt it in your own life. You've taken the course or you watch the YouTube videos for a bit, and then you kind of start to justify it. As soon as it gets hard and you failed, you're like, well, like, there's all the reasons you shouldn't do it. And you probably have friends and family who are saying, yeah, like, that's just really hard. Business is really hard. And then you get fucking brainwashed back into being a normie and back into the friggin' job that you hate, and all those options start to become your reality again. That's bullshit. We don't want that. So I want to help you get past that. You know, there's the path. It's like, you know, all these guys talk about it. It's, you get motivated, it gets easy, then it gets hard, then you immediately think the other thing's going to be easier. So this is what I want to talk about, because I did this a lot, and there's two things. There's two things to get your first win. One is that you really do need to give this a good shot. You really need to go all in. You really need to commit to something to move the needle. Because otherwise, like, you're not going to try hard enough to make anything work. Let's say you're starting your freelance. Let's take freelance copywriting. That's what I did. That was the thing where I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to send the messages, and like, I'm just going to friggin' make this work. I'm going to dial it in for 3 months. And I did. I made it work. And I ended up making over 10K a month with that from basically zero. And it worked. And that gave me confidence. It gave me confidence. It gave me competence. And it helped fuel the next business that I went on to build. So you need, number one to get the first win is you need to commit. I talked about that in the last video. You need to shut everything else out and commit to a season of sending your outreach, or whatever the one thing is that moves the needle. Figure that out. That's probably pitching people. It's probably DMing. If it's learning ads, or if it's learning how to make Instagram reels, whatever the thing is, post 3 videos every day, send your 20 outreach messages every day, figure out that thing and get locked in on that. But here's the next thing. You are definitely going to get shiny object syndrome, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but what you want to avoid is starting from scratch again. Because starting from scratch means you have to go through the same learning period. You have to go through the same rigmarole. You're going to go watch all those YouTube videos and listen to all those podcasts, and that's going to take up a lot of time. And that stretched out for me a lot longer than it had to. I could have got results faster, but I kept jumping around. And the reason I say it's not a bad thing is because I think it is worth kind of following your compass, following your interest and your curiosity. I don't think you should continue to do something if you totally lose interest in it. But you still need the discipline to get that first win. And that will take some discipline, that will take some sticking with it. So it's a bit of a dance. It's like, yes, follow your curiosity, but listen, we all know the excuses. We all know how easy it is to tell ourselves that we're gonna go watch a YouTube video because we're more interested in that when we're not putting any rep in. Like, so you need to think about it as like putting reps in. If you switch, fine, switch, but make sure you put the reps in when you switch. So it's like, let's say you decide to switch from copywriting to video editing. It's like, okay, switch, but now you need to pitch people on the video editing. So like, don't stop doing the things that move you forward. And I hope that makes sense, but it's kind of nuanced, and it's kind of tough when there's so much noise, there's so much information out there. But I just know that most people give up before they get their first win, which is that first client or the first couple clients or the first few sales. And so I'm talking specifically about freelancing in this situation because I think that's the way most people get into working for themselves. And I think it's the easiest way because there's less skill sets. You just need to learn the skill. It's like short form video, email marketing, Facebook ads, like figure out a way to learn those skills and then pitch it to people. And that's basically it. So, okay, let's bring it back. You want to make this work. You want to make, 5 to 10K online to better your life, to actually make this entrepreneur thing come true. Then number one, commit to it. Commit to doing the actual reps. Send your outreach, post your videos. If it maybe you want to be a creator, it's like, okay, post a daily TikTok or post a daily Instagram reel. But make sure you're actually putting in the work, and until you get a win, because until you get a win, it's not going to seem real, and you're just gonna give up. So I think that's it, guys. Commit to the journey. Commit to the journey. It sounds cliche. If I could go back and tell myself something, it would have been that, like, I know I'm never gonna give up. So, like, don't feel bad if it doesn't work at first, because you're gonna keep coming back. But the only danger is if you never get a win, and then you do give up. So I know that's kind of the opposite of what I said, but I hope that makes sense. Like, if you're one of those people who's like been talking about starting a business for like 3 years and you still have nothing to show for it, it's like you just start to lose the momentum at that point. And you'll stop trusting yourself. You'll stop believing that you can do it, but you can do it. So it's like, that's where the intensity is. Dial in for a couple months with whatever your thing is. Get some wins, get some cash. Continue to hone in on your skills, but also continue to follow your interests. Make connections, make content, pivot if you need to, but have an intensity around this, that you're gonna make it work. That one way or another, you're not going to bail on this path of self-improvement, of making money, of bettering the world, of all these things that you know you want to do. I think that's the final point, is that ultimately, you're not going to bail on this path of self-improvement. I hope you're not going to bail on it. I hope you're not going to bail on your potential. I hope you're not going to decide that, that was kind of crazy, that was kind of insane, I need to be a little more reasonable. That's fucking bullshit, and that's bullshit. So if you know that's bullshit, then drop a like on this video right now. I'm going to keep making these videos. I'll make more specific ones if that's helpful, around like copywriting or Facebook ads, the actual skill that you need, whatever it is, e-commerce. But I've said before, copywriting is the skill that you need to learn for all these things, communication. But do not give up on yourself. Do not give up, because that's a lie. It's a lie if you throw in the towel and you're like, yeah, it's actually not for me. Well, you're lying to yourself. My brother has this phrase, And it's that you need to be a delusional freak. And you need to own that. He made these shirts and they say delusional freak, because that's what's deep inside each of us, but most people are afraid to own it. Most people are afraid to get to know that delusional freak inside of them who actually makes ideas happen. And that's what winners do. We make ideas happen. Difference between winners and losers: the winners make ideas happen and the losers have excuses. So fuck your excuses. Thanks for watching. Peace.